It's really a great honor for me to be here, to be with all of you today. I'm really, by the grace of God, I'm here. I'm really thankful that I can be here today with all of you. I'll just share with you a bit of my background. Some years ago, I actually had third-end stage cancer. That's what my doctors say, but I think I was in the fourth stage. I actually had 3 surgeons operating on me. It was a colorectal surgeon, a gynecologist, and a vascular surgeon. Prognosis for me at that time was not good. My chances of survival is very, very low. I should not be here today, but I thank God that I'm here today. And because of this amazing medical device, it has actually brought restoration to my life again. Now I'm back into good health. My hour was a 9-hour operation. The gynecologist took away my womb, my ovaries went off. The colorectal surgeon took 12 inches of my colon, lower sigmoid colon off because it was infected with cancer. And the vascular surgeon, all of us, we have actually a main artery that leads to the heart from down there. On the main arteries that leads to the heart, I had 24 lymph nodes removed, and the cancerous lymph nodes was actually clinging to the what do you call that? The veins, leading to the heart, and they formed roots. So it was really a very delicate surgery. They took out 24 lymph nodes, of which 21 was infected with cancer. And while trying to slice off the lymph nodes, they also, of course, punctured the artery, the main artery too. So I was in ICU. After my recovery, I actually went to Singapore. I saw several doctors, oncologists, to see what treatment should I do. I actually had 6 cycles of chemotherapy, of which 1 cycle would mean that I would check into the hospital, take in 3 different types of chemo drugs into my bloodstream, and then intravenously. And for the next 14 days, I would be doing taking chemotherapy, oral chemotherapy, 3 times a day. And with that too, I was also on steroids. So, to keep me well. And
What year? How many years ago?
That was in 2014. And after my chemotherapy, I actually underwent radiotherapy. So because it was down, I had lower sigmoid cancer down there, so they really, cooked my down there, everything down there. And so it was so difficult for me. I could not control my bowels. I couldn't control my urination too. I would run to the toilet like between 17 to 30 times a day. So can you imagine that kind of feeling? And because of the chemotherapy and all the treatments that I had, the chemical treatments that I had, I lost actually the feelings of my fingers and also my feet. So when I were to walk at that time, I cannot feel the floor at all. It's like walking in the air. So can you imagine, I had to always constantly look down to see that I do not kick onto something. And my doctors, oncologists, do not think that I would survive so long. A friend of mine, a very good friend of mine, actually came back from Singapore, and she told me, Angela, why don't you look into this, watch? And I said, what is it? So she brought me to the company. I didn't know anyone there, neither did they know me. I was doing the normal capillary test, and they couldn't see my veins at all, nothing, no capillaries at all. And so the person asked me, am I on chemotherapy? And I said, yeah, I had chemotherapy, you know. And I was very afraid at first to use this. I did a lot of research, and then I consulted doctors, you know, specialist doctors. Many doctors have not heard about photobiomodulation therapy. Then I went into the company again, and I listened. This time it was the CEO of the company that was explaining to me what this medical device is all about. So he said that God created the sun, right? And if you look at the plants, without sun, the plants would not survive. Even human beings, without sun, we cannot survive. We need light. And this medical device, it is just a small spectrum of the sunlight. It's only 650 nanometers, of which medical science, they have discovered that this is the healing light, that it will heal the body. When God created human beings, us, our body is a very intelligent body. And just by the simple use of light, it can heal. The body can heal itself. Okay? Like I just said about the astronauts, the first people to use low-level laser therapy are the astronauts. When they go out into space, there's no light at all. It's pitch darkness, and they need this spectrum of the sunlight to keep their cells alive. Okay? So when I started using this medical device, this amazing medical device, it's so simple, only light, is non-invasive. Within 3 weeks, I was telling my husband, hey, Simon, how come now I can feel the floor? Before, I cannot feel the floor at all. And I became more energized. My energy came back again. So, I'd just like to, it has been now quite a few years now, and for me, my case was so thorough in the sense that every 3 months I had to see my oncologist. I had to take, the scans, the blood report to see my oncologist. During the pandemic, I couldn't leave my house, and I didn't see the oncologist for like 2 years plus. So last year, I actually called Institute Cancer Negara, and I said, I gave my IC number, my name, and I said I would like to see the oncologist. And so then somebody called me back and said, can you please come at such and such a date? But before that, I need to do a few things. Okay, so I did my scan, I did my blood tests and all this. And when I went to Institute Cancer Negara last November, I didn't know the person that was going to see me was the assistant director of the Institute Cancer Negara. She was there waiting for me, and she spent a long time with me. She was really amazed, why am I still alive today and so well? She looked at my blood report, she looked at my scan, she looked at all the reports. She said, it's really marvelous, She said, wow, she said, I don't need an oncologist now. Everything is so good. I should just see the wellness doctor, because I'm well. And she said, every year I would like to see once a year. She would like to see me once a year to make sure that I'm okay. So when medical science said that I would perish, but I'm still alive today, why? Because of this amazing medical device. And in my journey for me, it is a passion for me right now, because God has given me back life, new life, through this medical device. And I find that it is my responsibility, my passion, to share it with others. Because when medical science say that there's no hope for you, but with this there is always hope. And recently I've seen last year, prostate cancer, using this device, and of course with adjunct therapy, not doing chemotherapy or anything like that, but with certain protocols. And I've seen people, prostate cancer to 0-stage cancer. Yeah. So it is, we human beings, we have really abused our body. We have really abused our body. That's why sicknesses comes in. But our body, God has created our body to be so intelligent that, simple thing that God has created light, and light can heal our body. And then, even those, I'll just give a quick one for those, even the hopeless cases, people, just actually this year, people about to die already, doctors say that, you have less than a month to live. But today she's still alive because of this, her energy, she's regaining back her energy. So there's always a second chance. And we, do not lose hope. I've seen even Parkinson's, those with Parkinson's, medical science say no, just take the medication, that's all. But they have improved tremendously. My mom had stroke, she had dementia, she had stroke, and the specialist said, for your mom, she would not be able to walk again. My mom, when she had stroke, I actually did this therapy to her while she was in ICU. She recovered and she could walk, while in the hospital. Yeah. And this is also good for those, I have helped 2 persons in coma. They had stroke and they were in coma. One of it, because they had it immediately, and I used 2 devices to help them, to help her. And she recovered, she got out of coma after the 6th therapy that I used. Because I couldn't put it in her nose, so on the forehead and at the navel. Just to, and she recovered. Another person is a man who was in coma for 15 days. And when I got to know it, I told the wife, why don't you just take this and try? So she took this during visiting hours, brought it to the ICU, put it on him, forehead and the navel, and he woke up 2 days later. Today he is already walking. Yeah. Although it was slow, but the chance is that he can walk. He can walk and he regained his mobility. That is actually very, very important. So tonight we are all really very blessed, and fortunate to be here because the GM of Ventros, Andrew, he's going to share with you the science behind this medical device. And later on towards the end, we have got some good news for all of you too. Yeah, in there. So open your ears, be open to it and see. And if you have any questions later on, you can always ask me. Yeah, or Andrew. Okay, I hand over.